She clinked her glass, leaned in with that warm, practiced smile, and said the words that gutted me. "This is my dear friend Jack, just a friend. We were at her cousin's wedding, 3 years together, and I was just a friend. Not her boyfriend, not her partner, just a friend." My first thought wasn't rage, it was confusion. Maybe she misspoke, maybe she was keeping things low-key, but then I saw her face, that nervous chuckle, the sidelong glance at her mother before taking another sip. This wasn't a miscommunication, I was a deliberate omission, so I introduced her as my ex, loud enough for the people at our table to hear, loud enough that the woman next to her mother dropped her fork. The entire energy around us shifted like a train slamming on brakes. Our table went stone cold, except her mother. Her mother smiled. Not a smirk, not surprise, but a small, satisfied smile, like she'd been waiting for something to crack. Mia and I had been together for almost 3 years. We started as colleagues, and when we finally became something real, it felt like catching a comet. But there were signs I ignored. The way she sometimes introduced me as Jack from work, depending on the crowd. I thought she was just private. I thought we were solid behind closed doors. I caught her later at the bar. "Friend, huh? Jack, please don't start. I'm not starting anything. Just matching your energy." "You don't get it," she said, eyes darting toward her family. This wasn't the time. Or to admit we're anything more than two people who sometimes end up in the same bed. Her silence said everything. Her uncle leaned over during the main course and muttered, "Son? I don't know what that was earlier, but you deserve better than being someone's secret." Mia danced all night, with cousins, her niece, her dad, but never once reached for me, never once made eye contact again. I watched her move so easily through rooms I always felt clumsy in. She was never really mine to lose. I was just convenient, good in quiet rooms, dependable, not embarrassing, but not someone she'd proudly introduce in public. I left early, took an Uber to a motel 3 towns over, and sat on the bed with my tie still on. No text from her. No call asking where I went, just nothing. The next day, she showed up at my door. "I'm sorry, I was stupid. My mom was pressuring me all night about the future, about marriage, kids. She thinks I should be with someone more established." There it was. Not more loving, not more supportive, more established. "You've always been the steady one," she continued. "The one who stays. I didn't think you'd leave." That's when I realized what I'd been all along. The safety net, the back burner love, the man she kept warm while waiting for someone flashier. "You're right," I said calmly. "I used to be the one who stayed. I'm not him anymore." "What does that mean?" "It means I can't be the man you turn into wallpaper. You needed me to be invisible so you could keep pretending you were alone until someone better came along." She left. I didn't cry. A week later, I called her older brother Darren. I had to know about that smile. He told me the truth. Mia's mother had lived this pattern before. Her husband wasn't her first choice. He was her safe option after the one she loved left. For years, she wore that sacrifice like armor. When she saw Mia introduce me as just a friend, that smile wasn't approval. It was regret. Darren said carefully, that smile wasn't joy. It was resignation. Mia's mother saw what her daughter was doing to me and recognized the pattern she couldn't break in herself. 3 days later, I ran into Mia at the park. She was with someone. Tall, polished, confident looking. I could see the easy way she laughed at something he said. She didn't introduce me this time. We passed each other, and she didn't even glance my way, but I caught it. A flicker in her eyes. Not guilt, not apology. Grief. The kind that comes from realizing you may never find someone who loves you that quietly, that fully again. I didn't feel proud or victorious. I just felt free. People ask if I'd ever take her back. Number. Not because I don't care, but because I finally care about myself more. You don't return to the fire after you've learned how to breathe again.